sure to buckle your seatbelts because you're about to listen to one of the most amazing, inspiring interviews you ever heard from Wim Hof, also known as what a lot of people call the Iceman. So, quick background on Wim. He got his name the Iceman because of his extraordinary feats and accomplishments having a lot to do with cold. He has 21 Guinness Book of World Records having to do with extraordinary mind over matter feats. So the Iceman, Wim Hof, has run a half marathon above the Arctic Circle barefoot, only wearing shorts, swimming underneath ice for 66 meters, hanging on one finger at an altitude of 2,000 meters, climbing the highest mountains in the world while wearing only shorts, running a full marathon in the Namib Desert without drinking any water, standing in a container while covered in ice cubes without it lowering his body temperature for 122 minutes. Absolutely incredible mind over matter accomplishments. Just want to warn you, gonna be a little bit of cuss words in this if you have a very small child. Now, let's dive right into this video. Make sure you hit the like button on this side or this side if you're ready to be inspired. If you enjoy Wim or you dig this interview, make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment right there down below. And let's dive right into it.
To dive directly into it, depression is a signal. Depression is a signal of a hormone system failure, defect. There is no dopamine, there is no serotonin. Normally, we get it through, you go to work, you meet people, you spend your money, all kinds of things. You get all kinds of ideas, and that's a circuit. That's a closed system related to the hormonal system, the endocrine system. Now, suddenly it shuts down. It shuts down. The corona fucking virus is coming in. Who did that? 2 years ago, there was a flu epidemic going on, and nobody knows about it. And it killed about the same amount of people. I don't know what is going on right now in the world, but it isn't good. And who do you go to call? Jake and Wim. Yeah, man. So, about the dopamine, about the serotonin, about the real control within ourselves. Is that possible? Like, without the aid of our normal life, the way we were habituated to, that created a certain kind of balance, homeostasis. Are we able to do and to bring this homeostasis back by just doing a couple of exercises? And I say, yes, we are. We are. We don't need the system to take care of us. We need our core values, our core power, our core connection, which we all born with. That's the thing we need. And so this discussion, this conversation is going to show how to do that. We will provide the understanding, then we will provide the tools, and then we say, happy days. Yeah.
That sounds
cool
good to me.
All right.
So tell me, obviously in an interview, there's a lot of, there comes across a lot of fantastic intellectual understanding you're going to give and techniques. But before we get into all that, just real quick, as somebody's listening to this, could you please offer just a quick, maybe breathing technique that someone can do intentionally while they're listening?
Yeah. Right now, guys, let's be practical. Breathing is all about to start being relaxed. And when you are relaxed, then I ask you, are you ready? Relaxed? Because then the tissue is opening up inside of your own body. That's what we want. Relax. Are you ready? Relaxed. Here we are. You got a belly, you got a chest. You use your belly and then your chest to fully inhale, like this. Then you let it go. Fully in. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Just mind about the breath, nothing more. Fully in. Letting go. Once again, belly, chest, fully in. Letting go. And fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Whatever you feel different, breathe into it. Intensify. Whatever you feel different, fully in. Letting go. And more. Come on. Follow the breath. Don't mind. Fully in. Let him go. Yeah, once again, fully in. Letting go. Life force in. Stress out. Life force in. Stress out. Fully in. Letting go. 10 more. Come on. Fully in. Let it go. Fully in. Let it go. 8 more. Count down. Feeling high? That's good. Fully in. Let it go. 6 more. Whatever you feel different, breathe into it. Fully in, letting go. Fully in. Letting go. 4 more. Fully in. Don't mind. Follow the breath. We did all the studies. Just go with the flow. Fully in. Let go. 2 more. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Okay, here comes the last one. Fully in. And now you let go and stop after the exhalation. Stop. Close your mouth. Stop. There is no need for breathing. We have entered without force into the stress mechanisms of the brain. We have blown off carbon dioxide. The body is very alkaline at this stage. No need for breathing. Witness. Witness the life force, the breath, changing your chemistry right now. And because you are not breathing, you go into the depth of the survival mechanisms, the stress mechanisms, fight and flight, into the deepest of your brain, all consciously, because you are here doing it. And that makes you relaxed. You push on the body, on the button, relax deeply, deeply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Full breath in. Take him fully in. Hold. Squeeze to your head. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. There we are. Okay. Now, that's a good way to start, Jake.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I thought that would be a fantastic way to start. Wow.
You know, I got to say something about this breathing. It showed in scientific comparative studies of brain scans, it showed that this breathing technique goes deeper inside of the brain than somebody who has been training mindfulness for 4 hours a day for years. So you can feel what I mean?
Yes. Is it because you're able to hijack, or you're able to get into the physiology and nervous system quicker?
There you are. How simple and how effective. This is exactly what we need to spike in a very relaxed way the adrenal axis. And the adrenal axis is about fight, flight, food, freeze, fuck. All that center is the brainstem, the deepest. And we had no understanding of how to get there at will inside up till now. And now we have shown in scientific comparative studies, before injecting with bacteria, how to enter controlled into the brainstem and make us able to reset the body and to activate the immune system at will. After the injection of the bacteria, these people doing these breathing exercises while being injected, which normally makes the person very sick. It's a controlled model. It makes people very sick. Now, nobody who did this became sick. And this has fundamentally changed science, medical science, as it is. And it is so simple. But don't you think it is like pure logic that our own life force coming in through our nose, mouth, and our skin, that is the way to become the alchemist inside? It's the most logic.
I agree with you, and that's amazing. So just in case somebody hasn't heard that before, what you're saying is you were literally in it with medical studies, not just at your house by yourself. In universities, you were injected with
E. coli bacteria.
With an E. coli bacteria, and you made it basically go, like it didn't affect your immune system at all. Or what happened? Can you explain that? Because especially talking about, with coronavirus going on right now, and so many people are deathly afraid. They're in that fear, fuck, flight thing. You just said they're so afraid of death. Can you talk about, can you explain that a little more? It's incredible. And I agree with you. It's so logical. It's like, of course, we should be able to do that.
We go to the moon. We go and conquer other countries. We take over the native people everywhere in the world. And then when something unseen happens, we are full in fear because we lost the connection with ourselves. And this is what I've shown in science after training people within 4 days, training people after thousands of people who became sick with the same experiment, injection of bacteria, which is an endotoxemia experiment. It is a model for science to develop understanding of the immune system. And then suddenly my group came and they had 100% score.
Wow.
After thousands of people who could not do it, then suddenly 12 people I trained, 100% score within a quarter of an hour to activate their immune system and bring down the inflammation.
Wow.
Successfully, effectively, 100% score. That is what I want to convey to the people. You can look up the studies. They are in the best of papers of the world, medical papers. But because people want to make money, money makes the world go round. While nature inside, life force, our breath, you know how simple? The breath, you know, this, it's for free. It's there. Use it and learn to pressurize. Learn these specific techniques I have learned to use through going into the cold. The cold is a stressor upon the body. And the first thing you do when you go into the cold, say cold water, is you gasp. You gasp. You go into deeper breathing. And deeper breathing changes the chemistry inside. Then your adrenal axis is being activated. You become strong. How simple. And this is what we have shown in a university study. 18 people I got, and 12 people randomly chosen of the 18 people I trained within 4 days, and 12 people who did not train. They all became sick, the control group, and my group completely okay. And then before that study, thousands had undergone the same endotoxemia model, and they all became sick. Except for my group, 12 people not sick. Boom. Do you want evidence? Look it up. We got it all on my website, the medical literature, and it has gotten into the university books. We changed, Jake. It took me as a dropout, like we are dropouts, because there is more than book knowledge present, and we went for it. We followed our gut and our intuition. And look where we are. I'm looking in your beautiful eyes, and here we are talking. We are talking sense. We are talking what did stop the economy, what makes people going in fear, what is changing the world. And we got the answers. And it is like unbelievable. It is so simple. The answer is so simple. The paradigm is, it needs to change, and we have to go in ourselves. And we have now shown how to go into the autonomic nervous system, into the endocrine system, into the immune system, all considered to be not done at will. And now it's there. The knowledge is there. The science is there. It's irrefutably shown. And so there is no speculation about it. This is for the viewer. Man, no speculation. This is your choice. You want to be happy, strong, healthy, which is control over the hormonal system. If you have control over your dopamine, serotonin, cannabinoids, all these hormones, it's there. The adrenaline. Wow. They compared people doing these breathing techniques, lying on a bed or sofa. They have compared the blood in the blood. They took the blood of those people and they compared it to people taking the blood just before going into a first-time bungee jump. And it appeared to be, bungee jump.
Okay.
So you can imagine people going for the first time into a bungee jump. They are like fucked up in the adrenaline, like stiff of the adrenaline. But the people who were lying on the sofa, being relaxed, doing the breathing exercises, activated, ignited more adrenaline than those going into their first bungee jump. So what do you need when danger comes in? What is danger? Danger can be virus, bacteria. That's dangerous. For that, you need the adrenal axis to come in and to activate the immune system. And we have unlearned to do that. It is like this. This T-shirt is a monkey, and it's of my good friend Chris Ryan, and it says, civilized to death. We are civilized to death. And we are going to the moon, but we cannot find our happiness, strength, and health within us. Hey, man, something is really wrong. And who are you going to call? Jake and Wim. Boom. You see, the study is there. We can have fun, but seriously, to the viewers, man, look into this. It's all for free. We got a app developed with all the basics, endorsed by science, and it's for free. We spend per month 10,000 euros to get the app out for free. Go, take it up. You don't need anything else. Just take it on. Your happiness, your strength, and your health is your choice. And it's your mind is beautiful. And if it is not beautiful, make it beautiful. Because we got the tools and we got the understanding. And there it is. All in peace, guys. This is not a religion. This is only divine. And that's who you are.
That's amazing. So let me ask, when I'm listening to you, I just feel I feel like so happy. Like I feel so much endorphins and so much dopamine. And then you're talking about the types of things that you guys did and accomplished, people's immune systems. Is all of this at the core because there's increased levels of oxygen that's happening from this? So it affects your blood, it affects your dopamine. Is it oxygen at the core, or what is it?
No, it's not the oxygen.
Okay.
First, what we do, we over-oxygenate. And that is, man, you make deep breaths, you know? So what you do is blowing off the carbon dioxide, CO2. We blow it off. Then the pH level of the alkalinity spikes. Carbon dioxide goes down, alkalinity goes up. It really spikes. And it spikes just momentarily, but enough for the brain in the hypothalamus to activate adrenaline. So adrenaline shoots out through the body, and anything that is not good in the body is being reset.
Wow.
So a person who is depressed, he is not functional in nature. He is depressed. He should be there in nature. So anything that is not in function or not functional is being reset. And this is the biohack we use. We use the breathing, bringing down the carbon dioxide, alkalinity goes up, ignites the adrenal axis, resets the body, and you become strong, happy, and healthy. That is our natural state. So simple.
It is so
You
simple.
see? But we make it simple. And then, man, there's so much energy there. Just before this, I had an ice bath. And the ice bath, people think it is, it's cold, it's not good. No, you got power more than enough to withstand, to neutralize the power of the ice cold. It's not about the ice cold, it's about learning how to energize your body from the inside and have neutralized the impact, the aggressive impact of the cold. And we got that. Once that is happening, your body is ready from the inside. And then when the flow of the energy then is flowing, then the immune system is fully at work, blood flow everywhere in your brain. that's a great subject. Another thing, we showed in brain scans in Germany with the best brain scans of the world. We showed in the brain scans how to activate at will 100% of the neural activity in the brain. It was like people doing these breathing exercises in the brain scan looked like they were on LSD. I always say, hey guys, just get high on your own supply. It's all for free. To be high, to be okay and great is all within you. This is the way we are born. But we lost the connection. We served and went through the wrong schooling. They brainwashed us and brought the blood flow just in restricted areas of our brain. Thus, the full of our brain, the entire brain, is not parts are on standby because they don't get enough blood. They they don't develop. They are on standby. It's logical. When there is no when there is no water in nature, it doesn't grow. That is the same with our brain. When the neural activity is on standby, is because the blood flow is restricted. This is because of the hey, what is 1 and 2? What is 1 and 2? What is 1 and 2? And 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 3. And not what is happiness, what is strength, and what is health. Yeah, who was Hitler? Who was Napoleon? Fuck them. They killed a lot. I want to be happy, strong, and healthy. I want to bring peace to the world and be in control over my happiness, my strength, and my health. We have never learned how to do that. And our bodies are made with all the tools by nature to become happy, neurologically, to be in control over the hormonal system, to become happy and strong. That is the adrenal axis and the metabolic processes in the cell to create energy. That is strength. That is more energy than you need. And you are in control. And then the health. The levels of the immune system, we are able to access into that and to control whenever we need. After thousands, 16,134 people being tested with the same endotoxemia model. That is the injection of the E. coli bacteria, which is a controlled experiment. 16,134 people became all sick. And then suddenly 12 people, 100% score, not sick. They should bloody hell look into, because it is science. But the money in the world, which is the real sickness, the real disease, the healthy economy on our dependency and our sickness and disease, that one, that doesn't want natural ways to develop a power that makes us able to be independent, in control over our mind, our body, our happiness, strength, and health. It doesn't want it. And I say, okay, happy days, guys. You had your time, but now it is a time for us to bring the knowledge, the understanding, and the tools to the people to become happy, strong, and healthy. Because every person in the world has a beautiful mind, a beautiful soul, and we have to honor that. We found the ways now, and now you and me, we bring it to the people because there's so much to share, and the sharing is beautiful.
Beautiful. That's amazing. So let me ask you, Wim, a lot of the interviews and work that you've done, it's so much about science and health and physiology and all these amazing accomplishments. And as I read more about your book and I hear some of the subtle words that you pick up, you clearly, through your meditations, and it began early on with very deep meditations, you talk about the divine, you talk about soul. It's stuff that we talk a lot about on this channel. What aspect of your work comes from I guess, non-physical or from consciousness or soul, or a greater understanding of yourself than more than just a body, and your meditation and these types of things? What aspect does that have to do with here on the physical plane, and where some of your journeys go during your meditations and such?
Yeah, hello, colleague, drop out from school. Me too. I followed my gut, my instinct. There is more than meets the eye. It is there. What? We did not know. We started to journey into the unknown because it was not seen, it was not known. Yet it was absolutely there. It drove us. It made us do crazy stuff. It go like water, this way, that way, and searching and keeping on, because that driving force was all the time there. It's called the soul. And the soul search began over there. And now I am there through science, to the show, through DNA studies, that the soul exists, that the sole purpose of the soul is to free the DNA, encrypted DNA from the past, from our ancestral past, to all that information is right now, right here in our DNA. And that was before the DNA research and the machines were there, was like the unknown, the unseen. You cannot understand it. You only are able to believe it because the feeling was always there. But now we have proof. Now we can prove it. We can prove that the DNA exists. And when we have a mindset and a lifestyle that is in love, being in love, in harmony with nature, and living it, then the DNA shows to do the great things of making solutions of the ancestral past, making deep solutions to traumatic, stored chemistry inside the DNA. It's all there. And now we are able to show this. So I'm waiting now together. I'm collaborating with the university in San Francisco with top researchers on the DNA, who are even winners of the Nobel Prize on the DNA. They are investigating on what we just did in the beginning. You remember the breathing?
Yes.
Apparently, it is able to show us, to bridge us through our consciousness and to the change of chemistry through this breathing manipulation inside, to enter into our DNA, to enter into the purpose, the origin of life itself, because that is consciousness, to make the perception, the neurology, which is electricity, neurotransmitters, our will to connect with the deepest, subtle vibrations of our ancestral past, and to free it, to make solutions, to cure it, to heal it. And there we find enlightenment. We then suddenly feel so good. Why? Because there is more than your little pathetic ego. Go and dig. Go and heal. That I love to heal, to share this with everybody in the world. And I see miraculous healings. What doctors cannot understand is still there, innately capacitated within everybody of us, giving solutions far more than we understand or have been writing. And that's why we have been dropouts, to find the keys in nature, through Mother Nature, and come back and show it without speculation that love is the best, that love is the power, and love is healing. Love is able to go past your own ego, and it's amazing what you can do.
That's fantastic. So Speaking of going past your ego, let me ask you this question. When you, out of all the people that you've worked with and things like that, have you seen a common thread between people that have a harder time where their thoughts, their consciousness, and their emotions are actually negatively affecting their cells and their physiology? So their consciousness, their perception, their thoughts, their emotions are having a negative consequence on their physical experience?
Yes, we have found now the way to consciously get into our power by neurology. I showed this in brain scans in Michigan, Detroit, together with the psychiatry department with 2 professors. And they tell now Wim Hof has found the secret of placebo. You know placebo?
Yes.
That is healing power. Nobody knows how it works, but because it is not within our control, but it works. And now I found the connection between placebo, the power, and the will, and the personal will. So now you are able to not only connect with the power of placebo, but to invigorate it and to make it stronger, because your will is behind. And if you are in a disease or this or that, you want that placebo power, which normally works, but not randomly, you don't know how. Now you're able to push it for more, to become stronger and to heal. And that is the missing link. People thought we are dependent on doctors. We are dependent on pills, on medicines, on opioids, and all that. And we are no longer dependent. We are free souls, and we have the power to tap into our immune system, healing power, because that's the way we were born. And we found past the civilized to death T-shirt, you know, the crazy monkey, the confusion, the hamster that always turns and doesn't leave us alone in peace and confidence and power. That one now is here. It is to the people. Do you want it? It's there. It's your non-dogmatic choice you can make. You don't need to take this up, but it is there. Your happiness, your strength, your health is at your choice. And that is love.
Beautiful. So placebo, how do you believe the placebo works? And when you're talking about increasing will, are you talking basically about you're able to elevate your consciousness so you can direct your...
Yes.
Okay.
So consciousness, what is consciousness? Is perception. Perception, what you perceive and what your subconscious is perceiving. So we got our consciousness and we got our subconsciousness. Both is consciousness. Only one is down there. It's not directly connected to your daily consciousness, but it's there and it makes changes inside. So it influences us. And now we found ways to get into the autonomic nervous system, which is directly related to the subconsciousness. So suddenly, if a doctor is saying, yeah, this pill you got for your remedy, but it's a sugar pill, only the person doesn't know that it is a sugar pill, and it still works. You know, it works, and that it is his consciousness took it up. He believes that the doctor is responsible for giving him the pill, and that one is going to work. So in the end, it is not the doctor, it is not the pill, it is himself that is at work. Only he needed the doctor. He needed that belief. He needed the little pill, the sugar pill, thinking that it is a real one. And now I say, you can cut the doctor away. You can cut the sugar pill away. You are able to tap directly inside of yourself and use the healing power and go and cure your disease. And especially when it is at the beginning, then we learn to go much more within ourselves, which is the number 8 sense. That is the interoception. Interoception is the 8th sense. You got the 6th sense, 7th sense, and 8th sense. The 8th sense is interoception. And now, in the last study in the university, in brain scans, I've shown what normally was considered within psychiatry to go down from down up. Now it is able to be controlled top down by the will, control internal processes. And they say, Wim, this is a transformational technique that will change mental health care. But how long it's going to take, that is science. And science is as fast as a slow turtle. You know, and that's because the whole system is forgiven with people who want to make money out of our suffering. It's fully established with psychiatry asylums, hospitals, pharmacies, the blah blah and the blow blow and the whole shit kebab. It is a sick society, and we gotta bring some native, old, great knowledge, the consciousness of independency, freedom, and power. That is love.
Yeah, and it makes total sense, because if you believe that everything is consciousness and there's an originating energy field behind it, then of course, if we're just a community of 100 trillion cells, which is really consciousness at its core, the natural state of that consciousness should be well-being and self-healing. And so from that perspective, it's always made total sense to me from a more spiritual perspective.
And now the spirituality has come to become physical.
Yeah.
And that is those connections, those connective parts I've been given through science to the understanding, the general understanding in universities, etc. The autonomic nervous system, the subconscious, the 100% power of our neural activity at will in our own brain, that is now our new domain. It is a new paradigm. It is now the paradigm where nobody is able to fuck around with our brain and our body no longer. We want love. We don't want to be fucked. We want love. Love for life, for everybody. Equal. You know, a happy person doesn't go to war. A happy person is not accumulating more power. A happy person doesn't want to possess more and more and more on the expense of others. That now is gone, because we are going to make the people having a choice to become happy, strong, and healthy. What do you think when you give a people a choice? Do you want to be happy, or do you want to have 10 cars? You know? Do you want to be unconditionally happy or 10 cars? I think I know what people want, for real. But now, because of the science, there is no speculation about it anymore. So we took away the bullshit and now just become happy, strong, and healthy.
Wim, so, okay, let's say someone watching this right now has been having a really hard time. Maybe they're depressed, they're really stressed, maybe they lost their job, maybe they're just angry, or they're so confused about all this crazy stuff happening in the world, and they watch my videos or they watch your videos because they're trying to feel better, but it's like, it's not working. And what do you have to say to someone, especially being someone that a lot of people don't know? You went through a very interesting phase in your life. Your first wife, who you had a couple kids with, she jumped off a building to commit suicide. And so you've seen depression firsthand in your wife, who I think it was like you said in the book, I think it was like an 8th-story building. She jumped off and committed suicide.
Oh, yeah, with 4 kids, man. And there I was in society. And the society is a fast train. If you don't get on the train, you lose it. And I had no money. I had 4 children and my broken heart. And what did I do? The whole psychiatry could not help her. And then I stayed behind. Yes, after this tragedy, I stayed behind Because of my children, I had to survive. That is one. But the cold water and the breathing exercises, they healed me. They healed me and brought me back to solve the emotional matters of a broken heart, which affects you, the person physically. It deranges the dopamine, serotonin. It deranges everything. I had no time to do that. So this nagging thought processes deriving from a deregulated hormonal system of the caused through the broken heart, I healed this by stilling the mind. If you go into the cold water, you don't think, you are just into surviving. And then the survival mechanisms, if you do this regularly, they get within your control. And this is the way I healed. I stilled my mind. I got control over the survival mechanisms. I got control over the adrenal axis, and that resets the body and the mind. And now I have a world company with my children, spreading love all over the planet, very successful, reaching millions of people. And not only, I tell you, there where the psychiatry had no answers for my wife who committed suicide because of it, now I am into psychiatry, and I am showing, as a dropout of school, but learned by the valleys of life itself, by the tragedies of life itself, I'm showing the professors and the doctors in psychiatry where to go, how to heal people from mental disorders. Whatever they are, we are able to bring back the people the way nature meant it to be.
Did you think about committing suicide when that happened?
All kinds of thoughts come to your head. Hey, what is the solution? Could be committing, but no. I got 4 children. Who's going to take care of the children? That's the other voice. So you cannot do that. So I found a way, intuitively, like the dropout was there again. The normal ways did not understand, could not cope. But my intuition brought me to the cold water. My instinct brought me to it's like a sick animal. It retrieves. It goes somewhere safe. And where is safe? It is not inside of a house, in front of a TV. It is outside, in cold water. I stilled my mind. I became stronger than anything or anybody. And I was out there and brought that what is out there inside the core, inside the new understandings. For those who are into depression or anything like that, there is a way, guys, and very fast now, because we made it simple. All our knowledge coming from nature, which was not inside of the books, now is inside an app. And that app, if you take it on, it's for free, by the way, then you will become the master of your mind and the captain of your soul.
So
all the love.
Let's talk about, you talked about stilling your mind. And one of the things that I notice in my own life, and the hundreds of thousands of subscribers with the channel, is one of the common threads that I think people have is an over-identification to their mind to the point where they believe every single thought that they think. It's a subconscious record playing, and the autonomic nervous system is activated, so they've memorized the chemical, and we believe every thought that we think. For a lot of these amazing achievements that you've accomplished, which are, too many to list, has a lot, and the people you've worked with, has a lot of success in tapping into higher levels of your potential come from a disidentification with your own mind and not believing every single thought that happens in your head? Would you
Sure,
say?
I got you. Yes. You know what you learn when you go into the cold? To disengage of the hamster. I call him the hamster. He goes always in rounds. He keeps on running, man. He keeps on running. It's crazy. And he keeps on. When you go into the ice, you got to shut down the hamster, release it. Hey, go walk over there, because I got to descend with my blood flow in deeper areas of my brain where there are no words, where there are feelings. And those feelings are directly related to powerful hormones that make me able to go into the cold water. So through going into the cold water, I make my mind, the thought processes, shut down. We can also say, shut up. We can also say, shut the fuck up. You know? But we love it. We love our thoughts. We say, okay, nice little hamster. We caress him a little. But now we have to go because the big boy's coming in. I am going into the cold water and I need power. The power of the mind released through deeper areas of the brain, releasing the right hormones to cope with the aggressive impact of the cold water. And that it happens. And this is the way you learn to shut down the thought processes successfully. And it makes you able to tap in to feeling, to emotion, to make it strong. The unconditional love is there. There is no word. It's love. It's like when you are struck by love, it is not words. Here is is that love? Hey, I found love. I found a word. Hey, maybe the love is good, yes or no. Maybe I should not do this because it's not good. You are going to fly. And that flying, we miss out on being so light that we fly, or that we have so much power of the unlimited power of our brain, and we are able to consciously getting into that, tap into it, and realize, attain any goal we got. And that's the soul. The soul is unbreakable. The soul is everlasting. There is no fear where there is the soul. And all our fear will subside when we learn to shut down the thinking brain, going into consciously into the deeper parts of the brain and bring life over there is consciousness. Life is consciousness. Consciousness is life. And this time we do it at will. And there is our purpose. And we got the tools. And what do you got to do? Breathe, motherfucker!
That's so funny. So let me ask you this. So people watching and people in the world, they have these visions or dreams or goals they want to accomplish, but then they feel so beat down and overwhelmed by life, or they're attached to their limiting beliefs and blah, 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 blah. What do you say to someone that says, I have this goal, I have this dream, but it's not working yet. It's not getting there yet. You're saying I can achieve anything that I want, but I'm not there. And this happened to me and this happened to me. And now I don't have a job and now I don't have any money. And listen to me, Wim. It's not like, how do we accomplish anything that we want? How do we get to that point of being everybody wants to be like Wim and change the world in their own way.
I got it. Energy. We miss out on the energy and the energy supply. We want energy more than we need. Especially now. We are broken. We are like broke financially, but also broken inside with our spirit. So what do you need? You need energy. How to achieve that is become the chief in the morning over the energy flow. And how? Cold shower in the morning.
Okay.
You begin with a cold shower and then you do the breathing. And that is the way to enter into the metabolic processes of creating more energy than you need. And then you go and confront your demons, your work, your worries, etc. Because you got power to get to those things and to get through them and to find solutions and physically feel good while doing it. Then the journey begins. So that journey is here for everybody. Very simple. The free app is there. Just follow it. It is not complicated. My message is, sorry guys, it's not complicated. It is simple and it is simplified. And it has been shown on cell level how to deal with cell biological stress, turning into oxidative stress because of circumstances. In the end, it is all calculated and the outcome is in the cell. And now we are able to create the right chemical environment internally and externally around the cell, chemically and neurologically at will. We are able to do, and we made it very simple. And so breathe, motherfuckers, and don't make it complicated. It's all there. You are born to be happy, strong, and healthy. Get back to who you are. Believe that Mother Nature is providing us with anything we need to become happy, strong, and healthy. And if you still have doubt, then fuck it. Don't have doubt. Go like an arrow and shoot the motherfucker right in the target. Become happy, strong, and healthy. We are your brothers. We are your sisters. We are your family. We help each other. We love your beautiful soul and your beautiful mind. Behave accordingly. And that is love. No sentiment, just greatness awaiting for everybody.
Gosh, man, that's so good. It just makes you feel more inspired to be alive. It helps you remember that there is a lot of beautiful things in life. It's easy once you get in that chemical compartment to forget that there is a lot of amazing things.
That is going to be our future. This planet needs change. This planet needs harmony with nature. That is both inside and out. It is the happiness, strength, and health. Being destructive doesn't help the planet. Being destructive inside doesn't help. Negative energy is fucked up. We are able to control our energy, our happiness and strength. That is love. That is love to ourselves, to our children, to the nature. It's all energy. Once that flows, we have the future. Then the soul is reigning over the earth. And once that happens, and that is coming now, it's like the birth. A birth can be difficult, but the awakening is happening. We better make it nice and just go. Go with the flow. Become happy, become strong, and become healthy. Become the best of yourself. You are equipped and you got all the birthright to be happy, strong, and healthy. That is your natural state of your mind and body. We have shown this now in science, and now we got to get through the bullshit of the past paradigm of the castles and the kings and the emperors and the presidents and the politics and the bollocks and the power people, all that shit out of here. Happiness, let it come in. Peace, let it come in. Where on cell level, we are able to guarantee all the right flow, the right vibrations, the peace, and the action simultaneously. That is consciousness. And that consciousness is wider than the universe and smaller than the cell. It's incomprehensible, yet it is there. It is the soul. It's the beautiful soul, and it has the power to do anything. So just become happy, strong, and healthy. That's the love.
What do you think in conclusion? That's amazing. First of all, wider than the universe, but smaller than a cell. That's so beautiful. What do you think the purpose of life is? Or what do you think the reason we're here?
To free our ancestral past, to make our genome expressions to be controlled, to bring the cell back to its primordial condition. But now we're with consciousness, with the human will. Because all the dinosaurs, the big bangs, the animals, the way it all evolved up to our consciousness and the way it fast, only the last hundreds of years through industrialization, the neurology has changed inside. I mean, from the outside, I look like my ancestors. But if you look 200 years ago and now, then you see that the neural activity has increased 5 to 10-fold. That's inside. We are able to make iPhones. which has more data. This iPhone has more data than the whole Apollo project.
Wow.
Houston, the tape recorders there, the whole thing. It's more now inside this, more than the universe, smaller than the cell. That is our consciousness. And that is the fruit of our minds. And now that ignited a vibration in our mind, creating a neurology, which is about tenfold of a couple of hundred years ago. And now the purpose is to awaken to that neurology and free our ancestral encrypted genetical codes. And there is the enlightenment. The enlightenment is no longer out there in the cave after 30 years of meditating. It's here and now. And we are able to tap in. This is going to be the future. This was the purpose, to bring back the cell to its primordial condition, but now in consciousness. That is the human race, and love is the drive. Love is the strongest power in the universe. They all told us. And they talk about the unlimited power of the mind. Only nobody knows where it all is. And I tell you, it's knocking right now to our door. And we are able to open that door and let it in. And let it in. La da da da. Knock na 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 da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Do we, baby? La, da, da. I don't know. That song, that was a song.
So when you say ancestral codes, are you talking basically about old trauma from generations that's like stored in our DNA, and we're purifying ourselves back to love and consciousness and light? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And now we do this progressively, because those people could not do that. They suffered. And it encrypted into the genetical codes. But now we are alive, and we are able to free it, to de-traumatize, to make these little genetical differences. And they were thought of not possible to alter, to change. But I'm showing this now in DNA research in San Francisco with the top researchers of the world. I'm showing that we are able to do that. And then, you know, the first time somebody ran below 10 seconds at the 100 meters, the year after, 10, 15 people could do it. Wow. You know, you still need training, but nobody did it before. First, one person shows that it is possible, then it sets into the mind. And then suddenly, with the same physiology, they are able to go further. And this is what we do right now. We are showing consciousness. People who are in the lust of life and they want to understand the soul and be enlightened. Hey guys, we found them. It has been proven in science. And now it's up to you. Just set in your mind that you can do it, that you can become enlightened, that you can recognize and become the soul. There is the love and there is your power. Take them on.
So it's basically it's about remembering, because it's already in every cell of who you are. It already is you. It's just that we've been so constructed into the ego and then a memorized chemical pattern in our autonomic nervous system, our brain. So it's just like, erase it. And then it's like, whoa, it was here all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And this time it will not be people are not able to alter it anymore, to speculate about it, to take it away. When the hippie movement, the flower power came in, then Nixon came and he shut it all down, and it was a danger to society. And now you see where society is heading for a complete disaster of the planet, polluting the seas, the oceans, with plastic bigger than France, like Texas, as big in the oceans. Nobody gives a fuck. It just keeps on going, completely insensitized. And then the exploiting the planet of its richness, of the Amazons, of the polluting it in the air, and then becoming so insensitive to each other. There are people that the coronavirus killed 375,000 people all over the world. It's going to kill 100 million people of starvation because we stopped the economy. Fucking Westerners. They are only looking to themselves. It's so desensitized. The soul is so much not present. It is time we awaken. We say not only Black Lives Matter, life matters for everybody. Love matters. And we got to awaken to it and get these fucking politicians, presidents, nitwits, this charade, these clowns out of the way. Serious business needs to come. That is love and power to the people. So that's where I am, where we are, and where we will lead and direct the people. And it all starts somewhere. As always, it starts somewhere. Let it start here and now.
So in conclusion, that's absolutely incredible. So let's say somebody says, I'm with you, Wim. I'm with you on everything. This great awakening's happening, and here's what I want to do and be and how I want to influence the world and all these things. But this is what happened to me this one time, and then it goes back into it. Give us in conclusion here, someone that says, but Wim, I'm not Wim Hof. I'm not Albert Einstein. I'm not Gandhi.
Yeah.
How do I make the world a better place? And I have this happening. And I don't have this.
Got it, man. To those, I say, I'm sorry, guys. It's not complicated. It is very simple. The answer is simple, and you got him. It's your choice. You want to become happy, strong, and healthy, which are the characteristics of your soul to be, and now guaranteed. Are you willing? Do you really want to be part of that, to make that consciously part of yourself? Happiness, strength, and health. Then sorry, guys, it's not complicated. It's waiting here. And you begin in the morning with a cold shower, and you take the damn breathing exercises. It takes about 25 minutes, and change your mindset that you can, instead of I cannot. And look what all happened. What all happened is the shit where you are. You want to get out? Get in connection with who you are and what you are. Because our spirit, our unlimited power of our mind is a servant. Make and go back to where you need to be to have this unlimited power of your mind, the power of love, of the heart, all being in service of you. You want that? You begin tomorrow morning. And you begin to start and change your paradigm right now. Not say, I cannot. Do you like the shit? Then stay in the shit. You want to get out? Then get into the good shit. And that's who you are and what you are. And with that, you got all the power. And once again, it's not complicated. It's very simple. Here it is.
That's amazing. It's almost like the word unlimited has been used so long, and we're so in our mind, we can't even grasp like what that really means and what we're really capable of.
Exactly. And that's why I went through brain scans. That's why I showed we have a total different control possible. We are capacitated to take over that control within our brain. We have never been schooled therein. We talk about the unlimited power of the mind. We talk about the soul. We talk about love, but we cannot grasp it. And now we are able to grasp it all. All those abstract understandings, goodbye. Now we take it on consciously. Consciously means within our perception, within our will, top-down regulated. It's there. And it sounds incredible, but that's who you are. You are an incredible human being. Make use of that.
That's beautiful. I think that's I could go on for 10 million hours with you. I think that's a fantastic place to end. Really is magnificent.
I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love your work. Keep on going. I can only do these conversations because I got the same person on the other end, and we are just talking about the soul, and the words come like a flow. But we got the science behind it. So in the end, the dropout has come back to society and is changing the school. The school is the soul, and the soul is always there to serve us.
Amen. Thank you. Guide us through 5 final breaths to cap off everything here. Just, I know you got to get going, but it doesn't need to be even a minute long. Just guide us into like 2 or 3 breaths or something real quick to cap us off.
Okay, guys, the anima and the animus. Anima is the sense of doing things, and the animus is the power to do things. It's all within your breath. So skip all the thoughts, go within your breath, and take them on. As simple as that is your change. So with this, you say, through the power of intention, which I've shown in science already. Listen, I was in a brain scan, and I showed just by thought, by using the power of thought, ice water coming to my skin, I make my skin temperature not going down, just by the power of thought. That is the power of intention. So now know that power of intention, the unlimited power of your mind, is serving you. And with these 5 breaths, you skip all the bullshit and all the confusion and all the wrong schooling out of your system. That should be your intention. Got that? Okay, there we go. Fully in, belly, chest. Stress out. Fully in. Love. Bullshit out. Fully in. Life. Stress out. Understanding. Fully in. And out. And one without words, just understanding, connection. Fully in. And let it go. Bless you all, guys.
Bless you, Wim.
Make yourself powerful and full of love.